Welcome back, everyone, to Open Line. We are talking about communication and strategy so far in the presidential campaign, the 2016 presidential race. We have with us Kent Seiler, MTSU political science professor, and he has brought with us several students, and we're discussing various commercials and the candidates so far. Next up is Ben Carson, and I'll start with you. We have with us now John Carter. Thank you, John,
Thank you
for being with us. What would you say about Ben Carson?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start, an incredible story. I mean, he's someone who a lot of us had never really heard of, but through his books and through appearances, has a strong, a lot among evangelical Republican following, and has for a while actually led the field. Now, he is, I mentioned a moment ago, is suffering a little bit because of his handling of questions on foreign policy that suddenly became very important again after the Paris attacks. So, interesting guy in an interesting year.
And John, how would you describe his media so far?
I think one of Dr. Carson's biggest problems he has is he comes across so soft-spoken, and he doesn't really do a lot of big bang. He's not a political person. He's not really does not have any political background, just like Donald Trump. But Donald Trump overcomes that by being bold and enthusiastic, and Ben Carson doesn't do that. His media has been pretty much a lot about him and about his history and things like that. I think that unlike Trump, Dr. Carson has not been forgiven for some of the little miscues he may have had in his books, and also for his mistakes that where he's misspoke on the campaign trail, where when Trump makes a mistake, it's overlooked and forgotten about because like he sells books. He's the top guy, the big draw, if you would, for the campaign.
Seems like people want an outsider. There's no doubt they want an outsider, and then they want somebody who's strong. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that make America strong again.
Right.
Now, there's a commercial here we're going to show from Ben Carson. What are we about to see, essentially?
It's kind of an introductory spot because, again, a lot of people say, who is this guy? And this is one of his first efforts to introduce himself to voters.
All right, so let's take a look at the commercial, then we'll come back and talk about it.
Did you know Washington is built on a swamp? Massive government debt, stifling regulation, special interest politics, partisan dysfunction. Now it all makes sense. Washington is broken. The political class broke it. Together, we can drain the swamp and protect our children's future. I'm Ben Carson, and I approve this message.
Drain the swamp. That's interesting. So that would have been playing, obviously, it's playing in Iowa and New Hampshire and these early primary states. And so we've talked a little bit about it, but what have you kind of picked up on with Ben Carson? How is he doing in those states? What do you think?
He's doing well. He goes kind of up and down a little bit. He got hurt really bad by the couple of things out of his book that came out that they kind of questioned a little bit, and that hurt him a little bit in the polls. He does much better, I think, on the stump when he's out talking or when he's doing commercials like that one or anything like that. But at the debate, he's so soft-spoken, like I said before, that he can't seem to inject himself into the conversation. But when he's one on many with a large crowd, he really comes across well. He's respected, and obviously his background, and I think his views are good. And as Kent said, he's weak on foreign policy. It's obvious that he is. After the Paris attack, he is not shown to have a really good plan for anything in that way. And so I think his future is if he wants to win in Iowa, he has to get that grassroots and get the people out there who will support him. And like I said, he's much better when he's one on many versus one into a debate type situation.
We have several calls. Let's go to Cody. Hello, Cody.
Hello, guys. Yeah, I got a comment on Donald Trump. I haven't really seen any ads for him. I mean, I like him as a candidate. I think a lot of people resonate well with him because of his confidence. And the good thing about him is he doesn't really have to spend a lot of money because of all of his background on The Apprentice and TV shows like that. He was on Barbara Walters this past weekend talking. So he's kind of his own publicity without having to spend the money. He's really good at what he does. I think he's a strategic, and I think he's a closer. And I think that's what people like. And he's got the backbone to back it up. So his credentials speak for themselves. And keep up the good work, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, there's somebody who clearly, supports Donald Trump, likes what he's seeing with Donald Trump.
I think that Donald Trump is kind of like the Citadel playing South Carolina. It's the guy, the underdog that you didn't expect to stay in the game as long as he did, but the longer he stays in the game, the more likely he is to win. And so the longer that Donald Trump is able to lead this campaign, lead the voters, and lead in the votes, he has a very good chance of winning the election.
What do you think?
The caller brought out a good point too. Donald Trump is a franchise. I mean, he's a brand. And that's one reason he can get away with saying some of the things, and performances that would hinder normal candidates just kind of roll off his back. And, it was very interesting. The Thursday night before the Paris attacks, he did what was called an unusual performance at a speech, 95 minutes. Where he was reenacting Ben Carson trying to stab someone in the belt buckle, and just kind of a weird night. And it was what was going to be all over the media the next day, and was to an extent until the Paris attacks knocked it all off. And because of his immigration views, suddenly he gets a bump. A lot of it is beyond what would be typical political reason.
And so what do you think? I mean, Ben Carson, has he plateaued? Do you think he's hit the peak?
I think so. A number of my friends think that he still has a chance to go, but I really think he may have hit his peak, and he's starting to kind of downswing. He could be in a position kind of like Carly, the potential vice presidential candidate. Not sure if you want to put the whole country in his hands, but maybe give him the second seat for a while.
And it seems like what people want again is this outsider. Fiorina was popular that way, certainly Ben Carson, and certainly Donald Trump. So they don't want this. They feel like things are broken, and they want this outsider.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the polling, and it's been this way for a number of years, going back a couple of presidents. You ask, are you satisfied with the direction of the country? It's overwhelmingly no. Do you like the job Congress is doing? No. Are you happy with the president? It's generally, 45, 43, something like that. Very divided nation, and a lot of people tired of Washington as it is, looking for an outsider, as you say, but at the same time, when the security concerns and things come up, they want an outsider that knows what he's doing or she's doing. So, it's kind of hard to find both, maybe.
It's very interesting. Okay, we're going to take a break. Then we're going to come back and look at Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, look at two ads of theirs side by side. And thank you.
Thank you.
Very interesting. Take a break. We'll be back right after this.